You're rising. And not everybody is like super thrilled about it, but that's okay. I have been getting this same message over and over and over. So, this is a collective reading. Listen with discernment, take what resonates, and leave the rest. I just woke up and I pulled these cards yesterday and I was sitting with them and I got this huge wave of like grounding energy when I was looking at the roots card. So the roots is like ancestral roots. It also speaks to getting grounded, but you have support in that area. You can also think of that metaphorically as you are very grounded and stable at this time. You have been building a strong foundation for years, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, maybe longer, depending on where you are in this journey. But you have not had enough human support, and you have made up for that in spiritual support. My AC just clicked on that is yes. I have a wind guardian. They told me I could call them Mercury, and they love doing stuff like that. They'll turn on my AC, turn it on or turn it off when they're trying to emphasize something. So, what you are seemingly not receiving in human support, you're receiving it in spiritual support, ancestral support, and galactic support. And when I say galactic, I'm not talking about little aliens, I'm talking about galactic intelligence. They don't always have a form. A form is a body. So some of y'all are tapping into galactic intelligence that is in addition to your spirit guides. So let's get into these cards because I pulled 8. First card is, remember how I said like you're rising and not everyone is going to love that for you. I think it's some Beyonce lyrics that say your best revenge is your paper. So your success, you doing you. The first card that popped out was revenge, not in like a dangerous way at all. No, this is you rising, you becoming more successful in your career, in your materials. Like you get to define what success means to you, but career has been a common theme. So when you rise publicly, like a lot of you are making content, you're meant to be public figures, you're meant to be famous, and when you rise, that is your version, your success, that is your revenge. And people are going to be gossiping about that. The next card is gossip. Look, some of y'all are from small towns, okay? I've lived in small towns. They get very gossipy. But those are your fans. Whether they act like it or not, if they choose to find you on social media, spend time reviewing your social media profiles, maybe it's your portfolio, maybe it's your website, those are fans because they're choosing to spend time there. So when you start to notice that the more you rise, maybe the more disgruntled people end up in your comments, your DMs, your inbox, what you're doing is working. People are feeling a type of way about it, and they feel so emotionally you may be overwhelmed, but the point I'm trying to make is your words and the content that you're making and the success that you are experiencing, it is going to ruffle some feathers. It is going to rock the boat. And I that phrase "rock the boat" has always been interesting to me because if a boat isn't strong enough to withstand a little bit of rocking, that boat's gonna sink. So make a better boat, get rid of that boat, get another one. Like, yes, that's a metaphor, but it's words matter, words are spells. And I've always thought, if a boat cannot withstand some rocking, it's a weak boat. So it needs to do better. Okay, revenge, gossip, then roots. You are being supported, you are being guided, you are being divinely supported, divinely guided. This, again, when I pulled this, oh, that's making my body chill. I'm getting body chills. When you are going through a difficult time or if you are feeling uncertain, speak out loud to your guides, your galactic allies, your ancestors, your spirit guides, whoever you work with in the unseen realms. They can hear you. So just speak to them, just talk to them, call them out by name, and just talk to them. You may not get the exact answer you're hoping for right away. It may not be like a back and forth dialogue, but you may start to notice those responses like out in nature. Maybe somebody's video like this pops up in your feed and you get the response you're looking for. But talk to your spirit guides. You are so incredibly powerful, more powerful than you think. And that may be hard to hear if you have not loved the way things have worked out for you thus far. And if someone's like, you're so powerful, and if you're like, what are you talking about? Because I do not like this current scenario that I'm dealing with. When you can get quiet and calm your mind, you will get more messages from your guides that way, but you have to clear out the noise. The next card I pulled is power. Ooh, I almost dropped it. I did drop it. Someone doesn't want you to know that. Okay? The people who are gossiping about you, they don't want you to know that you're powerful, but they know that you're powerful. That's why they're watching you. That's why they can't stop talking about you. You're the most exciting thing in their life right now. So you can use that to your benefit, that energy. Everything is energy. So if you want to work with the energy of the people that are gossiping about you, here's what you do. If you know their name, speak that out loud. If you don't, that's okay. You can just say, anytime someone gossips about me, I make more money. And then speak it into your cup of water, your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, and drink it. Now you are the spell. Every time someone gossips about me, that energy pushes open doors of aligned abundance and opportunities. That's it. That's the spell. Okay. Next, I pulled the mentor card. Some of you are meant to teach. Some of you are meant to be a mentor. This is it. People are learning from your content. So what I like about this card, also this deck is just stunning. It's by Lolo Lavish. This is the Ocean Queen Oracle deck. I don't work for them or anything like that. I just really love their shop. So this mentor in this card, there's a lot of little empty chairs, and they're small and they're blue and they have like a seashell backing. But this woman, this mermaid, is standing in like an empty dark room. There's an open book and there's these empty chairs everywhere. So it may not look like your content is gaining the traction that you would like it to at this time, but people are tuning in and listening. People are watching you from fake accounts, from burner accounts. People are watching you online and they don't want you to know it. So again, they could be gossiping, but y'all also have Olympic level support that is coming in. You have been denied the support that you needed in like human form, and the universe is making up for that because you called it in, and this is your confirmation that support is coming. Now, the weird thing about that is everything happens with divine timing. So you have got to let go of the need to control time and like the arrival of the things that you want. I'm so sorry. That has been like a lifelong journey for me, is letting go of time, because the way that we measure time on earth, it is not the way that time is measured in the unseen realms or energetically. The next thing that came up is the friend card. So with oracle cards, you don't have to take them literally. There's always going to be metaphors. There's always going to be more context. But cards like this that have a single word that just kind of gives me some direction of like what information wants to come in. So the content that y'all are making online, because it's so authentically you, it is going to pull in aligned friends, aligned partnerships, aligned collaborators. So pay attention to the people who are supporting you in your comments, in your DMs. Those could end up being lifelong friendships or long-term friendships. Y'all are calling in and receiving long-term friendships. Next card I pulled is spirit guide. So like the roots card, like y'all have spirit guides that are working through other people. So those friends that are coming in, the universe works through people. So I've noticed people using the word divinity around me to describe something way different. So here's an example. I was speaking to someone yesterday and they were like, "Hey, I want to take you Christmas shopping." And I was like, I called that in. I manifested that. And someone that knows me was like, "Hey, I want to take you Christmas shopping this year. Don't worry about Christmas. It's on me." And I was like, "Okay, manifestations. Okay, universe. Coming through in divine timing. It's November. Christmas is next month." So you're going to notice, like, when you talk to your spirit guides or whoever you talk to, they're going to work through other people. So when you are comfortable with receiving, when someone gives you a compliment, you receive that and you're like, yes. When someone says they want to help you, you're like, yes, you receive it. That's how you practice receiving. That's how you get the things that you called in. The next card I pulled is Unbothered, and I love this card. We just have a queen sitting on her throne. Again, letting go of other people's gossip, letting go of the need to control time. You need to let your spirit guides cook, basically. When you call something in, you need to let go of the feeling of not having it, because that can create like this tightness and you want things to flow through you. So that's why it's important to be as relaxed as you can. Like I'm not saying ignore your responsibilities. I'm just saying create micro moments where you can just pause and just be like, I am safe in this moment. And if you can do that for 10 seconds, just practice that once a day, build on it as you can, because I have noticed for me, like the more I can tune out nonsense, stuff that's not for me, the more I can hear my guides. And don't be surprised if it just sounds like a calming whisper. Sometimes that's all it is for me, where it just feels like an exhale and a really good idea landing at the same time. Sometimes it's like a whole sentence that just feels like it's being dropped in the top of my head. And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. That's what it can feel like when you have messages from your spirit guides coming through. But I want to go back to this mentor card. People are learning from your content, especially since you started being more authentic, you started being more unique. That is a magnet. Like, authenticity attracts more authenticity. So you are going to draw in more people that are in alignment with you. That's those friends, those spirit guides. And you're going to start to notice that those people, they kind of feel, or they at least give off the impression that they are unbothered as well. Being unbothered doesn't mean you're ignoring your responsibilities. It just means you know things are moving. Things are always going to be in momentum, always going to, be in motion. Even when you're resting is you recharging your batteries, okay? Resting is still progress. Resting, you can still look at it like forward motion, because think about your electronic devices. They need to be restarted. They need upgrades. When your phone, when your computers, when they're upgrading their operating system, you can't use your phone at that time. So if you feel called to rest, I want you to know it's really important that you rest. Listen to your body. It's always going to tell you what it needs. So again, practice those micro moments of calm so you can focus on what is my body telling me, because your guides, your allies, they're going to also speak to you through your body. So that's what I got for this reading today. In conclusion, you are rising. Not everybody's going to love that. Those people don't matter. Your rise and your success is a filter for who wants to support your mission and who doesn't. So when you're on this journey and you're leveling up, if people aren't leveling up with you, they're naturally going to see themselves out of your life. Those relationships are going to come to their natural conclusion. And it can be really sad to end a relationship. Like, I've had to end relationships with people that I deeply cared about. But because I read energy, I could tell like their energy was pulling at me and it was trying to pull me down, even when their words said otherwise. So that's what I mean when I say listen with discernment. People can say the right thing and then do the opposite. That's a misalignment. So you get to decide, do you want those misalignments in your life or not? People are always going to be giving you data with their words and with their actions. So human behavior is a pattern. If someone is disrespectful to you, that's a pattern. Do you want that pattern in your life? I've gotten so highly skilled at reading energy. I used to just see like the best in people, and now I see the worst. And I still see the best, and I see the worst, and I see everything in between. It's really important for you to be able to see the worst in people as quickly as possible, because not everybody is working on that. Some people are comfortable with their worst behavior. And when you're on this ascension journey and you're leveling up, you need to be able to see the worst in people and then make an educated decision. Do you want that in your life? That is how you create friendships with discernment. Because let me tell you, ooh, that's giving me chills. Back to this roots card. When someone enters my life, it could be in the comments, it could be in the DMs. If my ancestors don't like them, it feels like there's this internal scream saying, get this person out of here as quickly as possible. And sometimes I'm like, what, girls? No. Like, no, this person's lovely. My sleep will get messed up. What else? My tummy will start hurting. Sometimes I'll get a headache, and it'll just feel like this internal scream. That's my ancestors saying, get this person out of your life. Or that's giving me chills. Get out of this situation. Like, it's not right for you. Internal alarm bells will start to go off. Pay attention to that. I meant to end this reading a little bit ago. I do Midwestern goodbyes. I'm not from the Midwest, but I do Midwestern goodbyes. So, also I do readings. Like, let me just do a plug. I do readings. Right now I'm doing a promotion for the month of November 2025. So now through November 30th, if it's your first time doing a reading, it's only $25, and that'll get you 15 minutes. And we can do this on the phone. You can ask your questions, and I will pull cards and give you an intuitive response. So that's how I do my tarot readings. I use tarot cards. I use an oracle deck like what I'm using right now. And if you want to book again, then those calls start at $55 for 15 minutes. So that's all I got. I hope this was helpful.